Hi everyone, I'm Eric Best, and here's another interview from the Rethinking Everything conference, which I did with Corinne. It was her first time at the conference, and we had a very fascinating talk. I think you'll enjoy it. Hello, Corinne. And
Hi.
last name is?
Corinne Gottlieb.
Hi there. We are at the Rethinking Everything conference 2014 in west of Little Rock, Arkansas, 4-H Center. Beautiful place here.
Gorgeous.
Yes. And we're sitting outside among some statues, just so you wonder what all these other legs and so forth are.
It's fun.
So we've got some good sunlight. Corinne, you just attended this morning my talk on creating real community.
Yes.
Is there anything out of that? I know you've got a passion around it.
Yes.
Tell us about your passion, please.
It started, 14 years ago when my son was 1 year old. And my husband and I lived in Seattle, and we met a friend who lived in a co-housing development.
Ah,
And we really, truly investigated what would it mean for our family to live in co-housing. The challenge was at the time that my husband was in a job that was quickly laying off the whole company. And we saw doom coming, so we had to flee that area, and before he lost his job, we left.
right.
So we never really got to revisit co-housing because life happens, but it's always been in the back of my mind.
You made the leap from Seattle to the
So,
East Coast.
No, we went from Seattle to the Bay Area, just north of San Francisco, California. Then we went to San Diego, and then Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay, finally.
And the whole time, my whole search has been for community that can support our family. And I'm always going out and I'm networking. I'm always trying to find people that will be having the thoughts and the perspective that I hold and the values that I hold in a global village.
Right,
The world is our
right.
global village, but you have to shrink it down because, we're a lot of people. And I want my kids to feel that wherever they go, people will help them, people will be there for them, they can go to
Right,
them.
right.
And it's been a challenge to create that when we live in suburbia.
Yes, yes. Let me ask, the talk I gave this morning, Creating Real Community, was, I'm hoping, obviously, there's something new or valuable for you. What comes to mind? Does anything strike you as like...
Sparked and excited. I got chills going up my spine when you spoke this morning, Eric. I was just, the world is endless, full of possibility. This can really be great for my family. I got really good ideas about how to make this happen for us. My challenge again is that my husband is tied to the federal government at the moment, and we need to be where he can work.
Right.
So it may be a slow process, but the seed is planted in my heart and in my head. And we usually get where I want to go. I drive the family, but you get it.
I do. One of the things I talk about, obviously, is the 4 stages of real community creation.
Yes.
Was that new for you? Had you heard it before?
Yes, that was very new, and that was fascinating. The stage 3 about anger, that explains so much to me about why the world is the way that it is today, why the wars are being fought, why it is so hard for people to accept each other, why there's racial discrimination.
Just for clarification.
Oh, yes.
It was stage 2, the chaotic stage where the anger, the conflict was.
Right. Thank you.
And
I
stage
may need to
3.
Look at my notes again.
Yeah.
It was all so quick for me.
All right.
Thank you, Eric.
Well, thank you.
But it really explains a lot to me. And what it does for me to hear about the 4 stages is now that I have a full understanding, I can practice it. I can sit in total acceptance of the people around me, the people that I love, the people that I don't love. And by doing that, I can teach them how to be that way. And, a seed is planted, it starts, it grows.
Right.
Pretty soon it will spread.
I know this is my comment. I should turn the camera around for me, I suppose, getting my fingers in the way and everything. It's part of my own personal passion is actually teaching that, and not just cognitively, not just a mental, but where you get to experience it and you get to practice it. It's integrating the mind, the intuition,
Yes.
the heart, the body, all of that. And so we literally can gain a new skill at handling differences. That's the
Right.
biggie.
Yeah, my husband and I are super big on this, for ourselves deeply, but even more so for our children, and to spread it throughout the world through them. We have a lot of racial discrimination in South Carolina.
Right, right,
Charleston is full of it.
right.
And every day is a challenge to help our kids learn, where did that come from? Why is it so important that we dismantle these prejudices? Why is it so important that we as a family, that is probably one of the reasons we landed in South Carolina, because we are an open-minded family and we're there to teach. So this is a very, very near and dear subject to our heart. And so
Corinne,
your talk really spoke to me about that.
Thank you. Your comment there, you used a label which I think is so crucial in my own search and looking for people to talk with and be with, to form community with. And when you said open-minded, that quality of not claiming to know everything right off the bat. What can I learn from you? What can you learn from me? And what can we learn from Jim and John and Susie and so forth?
Yes.
Is so critical.
You know, sometimes I think I have all the answers, and then I find a new person in my life and they put a whole different perspective on something for me, and I wake up and I remind myself, you know, I don't. And I love it when I come with an open mind and an open heart, and I hear what people have to say. And that is what a community is going to hold, that it is a real solid, loving, trusting community. When you
Right.
get those people together, you're always going to have something new to teach each other.
I think that's a beautiful recap. I don't know how I could put it any better. It's love and trust and truth all wrapped up. And
Especially when my kids are battling all of the fears in this world.
Right.
And everybody knows the media is full of crazy hypes that don't belong in our thinking about
Right.
the world. We should not be looking at the world as a hostile place that the media portrays it. We're getting a very skewed and distorted view, and our job as parents is to teach our kids to trust. The world is a great place. It's a fabulous place.
fabulous. Corinne, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Eric. Thank
Right.
you.
Bye-bye. The Mariposa Group is a community village environment purposely created to be life positive, to have safety and security for us, and at the same time to enhance and uplift our lives in all areas, bringing to us more joy, creativity, and satisfaction in our lives. You can learn more about us at mariposagroup.org.